Everyone, this is Video Game Lover here. I hope everyone had a good Labor Day yesterday. Unfortunately for me, I kind of had a little bit of a downer Labor Day because one of my neighbor's dogs passed away and he took it really hard. But may the dog rest in peace. But anyways, welcome to another edition of games that I finished for this month. I can't believe we're already in September. So I finished about 10 games for the month of August. And I'll begin with Evil West, which was, I believe, the first game that I finished this month. It was a good third-person shooter game. It's basically gun meets vampires meets God of War. And I only mean God of War because of the combat a little bit. But it's not like God of War at all. It's a fun game. It's like a throwback of an old PS2 game. But there were some things about it I did not like about the game. One of the big issues I had with the game was when you fight mini-bosses, they like to throw so many enemies at you. Makes it into like a 10-on-1 handicap match. And it can be very, very frustrating where just when you think you're going to beat the boss, a bunch of enemies show up. It's ridiculous. It's annoying. I have no idea why on earth they decided to do that. But I still enjoyed Evil West. I think it was a good game. So next up we have the Hallman Mansion for the PS2. This is a really fun game from Disney Interactive and Danger High Voltage. It's a pretty good game, but this game could get a little annoying sometimes with some of the puzzles. Man, some of these puzzles can be really tricky. I don't know how kids beat this game, but this is a pretty decent game. I really enjoyed this game a lot. It's a really solid puzzle game mixed in with some elements. So it's a really fun game. Bosses are real easy though. Next we have the Timesplitters Trilogy. So let me start off with Timesplitters 1. This is a good FPS game, very short, but it's very, very brutal. Very brutal. I mean it. This game is really hard. Very hard. Super hard. You might not beat this game even on normal. Man, this game was tough. That Hallman Mansion level was so unbelievably bullshit. It was just ridiculous. But it's not a bad game. I liked it. We have Timesplitters 2. Now, this is a very good game. This is a really good sequel. But once again, this game can get very difficult at times. Especially the next level 7 through 10 can be really, really tough. But it's a pretty good game, though. I really enjoyed Timesplitters 2. And lastly, this is my favorite of the three, Timesplitters Future Perfect. This was a really, really good game. I really enjoyed this one a lot, the most. The only thing I didn't like was this one part where you have like all these past Cortezes and you have to solve like this grid puzzle. Oh my god, that part was very frustrating. But other than that, this game was very, very good. Awesome game. Must play trilogy. Alright, next up we got some handheld stuff. Beat the Game Gear version of Cool Spot. Basically, this is Cool Spot on the Genesis, but they cut the toy levels and the train level, which I didn't mind that, because those three were some of the most annoying levels of the game. So I didn't mind this version at all. I actually think it's a pretty decent version. Also, I finished the Game Gear version of Echo the Tides of Time. It's funny that I'm able to beat this version, but not the Genesis version. This is a really solid version. There are some annoying puzzles in this game, but it's a pretty good version of Echo the Tides of Time. It's much easier. I finished this game. Will probably shock some of how I finished it. Batman Returns on the Atari Lynx. This is one of the most broken games I've ever played in my life in terms of the difficulty. The game just throws so much stuff at you, it's ridiculous. And the sad part is with this game is that this game could have been really good had not been for its tough difficulty. Had not been for how hard this game is, this could have been a decent game, but instead, not really of a good game. And last of the handhelds is Dead to Rights Reckoning, which I actually did a live stream of this game a few weeks ago. It's a fun shooting game for the PSP, but it's very, very short. As I've shown you, I beat this game in about an hour. but I still think it's a fun shooting game for the PSP. And the last game that I finished for the month of August was Spider-Man Miles Morales. Finally got around to playing that game. It was a really, really good game. The only disappointing thing about this game, it's really short. If you just ignore the side missions, you could beat it in about 4.5 to 5 hours. But the combat is very smooth. It's a really good game. I really enjoyed Spider-Man Miles Morales. So anyway, guys, that's all the games I finished for the month of August. I'll see you guys on my next video. Video Game Over for the 8. Sign out. Peace.